Greetings. My name is Eric Lang, and this is the latest installment in my YouTube channel, author Eric Lang. This week's installment here is about the people-centric project management phenomena taken from my book, Engagement, Focus, Intention, and Project Management. People-centric project management phenomena are the repeating human psychology artifacts that happen over and over again in projects and project execution that impact velocity and quality of a project. They are common to every project. If you're a project manager, if you're involved in a project as a contributor, if you're anywhere in the room with a project, these people-centric project management phenomena are part of what's going on with that project. However, there doesn't seem to be any documentation out there that's gathered them all together and said, here, these are in the book, Engagement, Focus, Intention, and Project Management, the almost 80 identified people-centric project management phenomena. And the secret to this is knowing they exist. That helps reduce tension and stress as a project manager, just knowing when these happen, it's not something unique to you. It's not unique to your project. This is just part of human beings being involved in projects, period. So having that visibility to the existence of the concept of people-centric project management phenomena, and then having visibility to the individual ones. In the book, Engagement, Focus, Intention, and Project Management, most of these are given memorable names, some of them quite colorful. These are just my takeaways from it and what I came up with as memory enhancement tools. So some of them are somewhat amusing. Today, we're going to talk about sensation of forward motion. And this is an important concept in project management, is the people involved often have a feel for, is this project advancing? And that could be very uneven throughout the entire group engaging with that project. Certain contributors might be in the impression that the project's been advancing quite well. Other contributors feel that it's not. But the one that's really important is the leadership. Whoever it is that signs the checks for everyone working on the project, the people who that project's outcome, because ultimately projects deliver value, that value shows up as a benefit to someone in leadership, and they're expecting on including that value in their end of year value calculations. And if that group of people doesn't have the appropriate sensation of forward motion, that can cause problems for everyone in the project. And by problems, I mean you end up with a lot of inspection. People take time out of their very busy schedules to come in and check to make sure that everything's going forward, and it really invites micromanagement. And there's two aspects to the sensation of forward motion. One is the amount of forward motion, and the other one is the regularity of it, the smoothness of the delivery. If you have forward motion that happens in fits and starts, there's forward motion and then a pause, and forward motion and a pause. It's very antagonistic to people who are counting on the value of the project. So as a project manager, it behooves you to figure out how to deliver your project forward motion in a relatively predictable way. And this can lead to accounting strategies for representing the forward motion, where maybe you're going to have to engage in smoothing, where peaks are used to fill valleys. And that's perfectly legitimate when you have that much inspection going on, because the reality is the world doesn't work like that. Sometimes things advance very quickly, and then sometimes a contributor gets pulled off to something else. And having the project then be speed bumped by continuous inspection because the project manager didn't smooth out the sensation of forward motion, that's just not constructive for anyone involved in the project. So the people-centered project management phenomenon here is sensation of forward motion. This is very important that you have, as project manager, a continuous feel for where this is at, because at any moment you could be reached out to by instant message, email, phone call, in person. Somebody could walk into your workspace, somebody senior to you, and ask for updates on the project. And can you deliver a message? And this is important from a messaging standpoint as a project manager. Are you able to message project progress in a way that delivers a legitimate feeling of forward motion. So again, you can't lie. You have to speak the truth. And sometimes project managers get stuck on a metric for forward motion that is not all inclusive. There may be other aspects of the project that can be brought up as an example of forward motion that maybe don't influence the big picture items, but they show that behind the scenes the project is executing. So you need this kind of holistic view to forward motion projects beyond just clicking boxes on a spreadsheet somewhere, because at some point you're going to have to explain this. And in addition to clicking those boxes, you're going to have the behind the scenes evaluation to share, and ultimately messaging. You're going to have to work on your messaging so that you give a positive messaging of that progress. Now, when the project is truly stopped for some reason, that information should not be conveyed to leadership as a surprise. If there is a legitimate holdup, loss of contributors, change in priorities, that information should be very transparently shared with all the key stakeholders at the elevated levels so they have visibility to that up front. The worst thing is to have people thinking that the project is executing and moving forward, and they find out it's been completely stopped for some time waiting for something, and nobody said anything. So we've got other people-centered project management around communicating, which is words matter, and in person for maximum effect. And those will be separate videos on this channel as we work our way through the some 80 plus people-centered project management phenomena. So that's our input for today. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. There will be many, many more coming, and have a great day.